Do you ever wish that you could stop those thought cycles that run around a racetrack in your mind? Well, good news. You can. You see, we all go through times in our lives when we feel fearful or concerned or sad. And sometimes those situations that come up in our lives cause us to go into thought cycles that are negative and controlling and constrict us. Now, the thing is when we allow that to happen, our brain constantly releases all these chemicals that make us feel horrible. And this thought cycle not only takes over our minds and our thoughts, actually ends up taking over our entire lives. But see, we don't have to let that happen because we control our thoughts. They don't control us. It's just that when the thoughts are running around the racetrack and going so fast and so constantly, sometimes it feels like we don't have control or we don't know how to stop them. Today I'm giving you 5 steps to take back control of the thoughts that cycle around in your minds. Step 1, recognize that it's happening. Now that might seem really simple, but the truth is, a lot of times we'll be doing the dishes, driving down the highway, going for a walk, getting ready for work, whatever it is, all of a sudden we'll have a moment and we'll sort of wake up and realize that we've been entertaining a set of thoughts that we don't want to entertain. Simply recognizing that the cycle is happening already gives us power over it. Second step, assess its truthfulness. Now let's bring up a hypothetical situation. Let's say at work you made a big mistake. I remember once when I was a computer programmer, I was on what was supposed to be a test machine, but we were actually using it for production. And I created this little program and it started looping. And I didn't know I was home. So the people who were on call had to go in there and figure out how to stop this program because apparently it was threatening to bring down the machine. Now, you could have a situation like that, and a cycle of thoughts could be created to do this. I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to run out of money in unemployment. I'm not going to be able to pay my mortgage. I'm going to end up homeless or living with ant flu. If you assess the truthfulness, you're probably not going to get fired. I didn't get fired for that. You're probably, even if you get fired, not going to run out of money. And if you run out of money, you probably are going to find another job or some other situation so you don't end up in a cardboard box or living with ant flu. You see, if we assess the truthfulness, probably 100% of the time, we will realize that there's a lot in our thought cycle that has nothing to do with reality. Recognize it, assess its truth. Third, now this will be new for some of us. Talk back to it. Talk back to the thought and say, what you're saying is not true. This whole trajectory is not even possible. First of all, I'm not going to get fired. Second of all, I'm not going to end up homeless. Third leads into 4, kick it out. Therefore, since you're lying to me, get out of my mind and my head. You recognize it, you assess its truthfulness, you talk back to it, you kick it out, and 5 is actually really important. Replace it with something powerful. Powerful thought could be, I made a mistake, I'll learn from it. Or, hey, if I get fired, it just opens up the opportunity for me to take another job that I will totally love. You see, there's always a way out, as long as we're focused on finding it. 5 steps to taking back control over those cycles that seem to be controlling you. And when we do that, we actually create and determine the life we want to live. You see, we don't live our lives being controlled by our thoughts. We control our thoughts. And when we control our thoughts, we create our lives. You can create your life. You can, if you want.